Hey there, Matrix. Welcome to Educate. Let us talk about the topic of genetics and inheritance. This is grade 12 life sciences. So, what is this whole topic based about? The genetics and inheritance. It's all about the genes and how they work. But what is that in the first place? So remember that somatic cells, the cells of the body, the somatic cells of the body cells, the ones that tell us how we look like, they have got 46 chromosomes and they are arranged in homologous pairs. So each pair has got one maternal chromosome, the one from the mother, one paternal chromosome, the one from the father. So basically, for us to have a pair of chromosomes like this one must come from the mother, one must come from the father. So let's just assume the blue one is from the mother, the red one is from the father. So each and every pair of chromosomes, since we've got 23 pairs of chromosomes, each and every pair of chromosomes has got one chromosome from the father, one chromosome from the mother, and we display that using a karyotype. So basically, these chromosomes, they are important in coding for your characteristic. Basically, how you look like, if you are dark, if you are tall, if you are going to have dark hair, or if you're going to have blue eyes, all of that, it is affected by the characteristics that are being coded by your chromosomes. So basically, the maternal chromosomes, the one from the mother, they describe the characteristics of the mother. Then the paternal chromosome, the one from the father, they display the father's characteristics. So now we can cut a small section on the chromosome of the mother. We can also cut a small section on the chromosome of the father. So a small section, if we cut a small section from a chromosome, we're actually cutting a small section of DNA from a chromosome. It is known as a what? As a gene. So genes are actually just a small section or a small segment of DNA that is found on a chromosome, and it codes for a particular characteristic. So in essence, we can say that on the chromosomes, the genes, which are just these small sections of DNA, these small sections of DNA, they are the ones that are responsible for telling you the characteristic of someone. It can be dark skin, it can be blue color of the eyes, or it can be black color of the eyes. All of that, these are all genes. Okay. So the most important thing about the gene is that it codes for a particular characteristic. So it codes for a particular characteristic. It's because it is the one that makes you to look like the way you look like. So basically, genes, they are the ones that determine our physical characteristics. And we say that each and every gene is located at a specific locus. So the position of a gene is known as a locus. So whenever they ask you about the locus, you say this is known as the position of a gene. Where do we find a gene located at? So in this case, you can see it is located at this place, and this one is also located at this place. So these genes are at a specific position, and the position of a gene on a chromosome is known as the locus. So the locus is just where do you find the gene on a chromosome. But since we have said that you've got both these chromosomes, two of them, all of them, you have got both of them, and you have them in you. So now the question comes, since you have got both of them and each are coding for the same characteristics, what if they are different? Let's just say your mom, your mom is light skinned. So this gene, it is actually for light skin color. Okay. And then your dad is a dark skinned guy. So this is your dark skin color. So you can see that both of these genes are talking about skin color. They are the ones that are giving you the color of your skin. But the difference here is that your mother's gene codes for light skin color and your father's gene codes for dark skin color. How do you deal with this? Do you still say that it's a gene? Like, how do you actually express it? We say these are known as alleles. So basically, the different forms of a gene that are located at the same locus, they are located at the same locus, they are known as alleles. So basically, alleles, they are just different forms of a gene. In this case, our gene is skin color. Our gene here is what? Is skin color, because it is the one that is coding for the characteristic. Remember, it codes for a particular characteristic. In this case, we are coding for which characteristic? For skin color. But now you can see that this gene has got two forms in you. It has got a light skin color and it also has got a dark skin color. So we've got two forms of a gene, and they're known as alleles. So now the question comes to say that since the offspring or the baby or the one that is made from the parents, it has got only one characteristic. Which one should he or she have? Should he have the mother's characteristic or should he have the father's characteristic? Because after all here, if we can compare, we have got light skin color and dark skin color. Now they're going to make a baby. Let's just say the baby is light skin colored. How did the baby end up taking the light skin color from the mother and not the dark skin from the father? And it can also happen that the son there is actually dark skinned. How did the son actually take the dark skin from the father and not the light skin from the mother? So you can answer this by just looking at these pictures. You have got here, this is a mother and a daughter. They are so identical, they look alike. Now you ask yourself, what is the father's role here? Look at here, you have got a father and a son. They are so identical, they look alike. You ask yourself, what is the mother's role? That's where we bring in the concept of the dominant versus the recessive allele. So we have got a dominant allele as well as a recessive allele. Since the alleles are the ones that are specific on the characteristic, now, one can be dominant, one can be recessive. So the allele that is shown in the phenotype, the one that is shown in the phenotype of the offspring, it is known as a dominant allele. Basically, when you say that the allele is dominant, it just simply means that the allele shows itself in the phenotype. The phenotype is basically the physical characteristic of the offspring. In this case, we're talking about the baby. So basically, this baby here from her mother, you can see that she has got the same skin color, she has got all that. Is because her mother's allele was dominant over the father's allele. So basically, the dominant allele determines how the baby will look like, because the phenotype is all about how you look like physically. Okay, so basically, an allele shown, a dominant allele, it is the one that is shown in the what, in the phenotype. So if your dad is dark skinned and your mom is light skinned, and your dad has got a dominant allele, then you are going to be dark skinned. Okay, but you still have got the light skin from your mother. But where is the light skin? Why is it not showing in the what? In the physical characteristic? It is because it is known as a recessive allele. So a recessive allele, it is masked or it is suppressed. It is not shown in the phenotype. So it is the one that remains inside you. So it's possible for you to come from dark skin and dark skin. Yeah, you can come from dark skin and light skinned parents, but you can only take one characteristic. Sometimes you will be in between them. We're going to discuss all of that as the topic goes on. So the recessive allele is the one that is masked or it is suppressed. It is masked or it is suppressed by the what? By the allele, by the dominant allele. It is because it is not shown in the phenotype. We do not actually see the light skin from the mother because your dad's dark skin is dominant. So basically, in terms of the genetics that we're doing, we use a capital letter to represent a dominant allele, and we use a small letter to represent a recessive allele. So we have got a dominant and a recessive allele. So since we use a capital letter, what type of letter do we take? So basically, the type of letter that we take, it is determined by the dominant allele. Okay, so let's just say, for example, we say that the dominant allele, maybe that's coding for skin color. It is brown skin color, and we use capital letter B to represent it. The recessive allele will be the opposite of brown skin color, but I don't know what is the opposite of brown in this case. So let us just look at how the gene expression works. So we have got this thing known as gene expression. A gene expression is actually known as a genotype. We want to see how a gene expresses itself. It's known as a genotype. Remember, we said that the phenotype is the physical characteristic, how you look like, but now the gene expression is known as the genotype. So we've got a homozygous state and a heterozygous state of a genotype. So now let's just say, for example, we say that the dominant hair color is black, which is capital letter B. So you can see here we've got both capital letter B's in our genotype. This is our gene. This together is our gene. And then the alleles that we have here, we have got B, let's say this is from your mother, and this is B, this is from your father. These are the alleles from your mother and your father's chromosomes. Remember that we are finding this on a small section of a chromosomes known as a gene. So basically, this person, if we're going to describe their state, we say that their state is homozygous dominant. So this is homozygous dominant. So this is their genotype. When we say that they are homozygous dominant, whenever we say homozygous, it just means we've got the same type of allele. In this case, we've got a dominant allele and a dominant allele. Remember, we've said that the dominant alleles will represent them using capital letters. So basically, when you say a capital letter, we are talking about a dominant allele. When you see a small letter, we are talking about a what? A recessive allele. So basically here, when we say that we've got a homozygous dominant, it means that we have got two dominant alleles together in that gene. So now let us describe the phenotype of this person. How will the physical characteristic of the person look like? This person, since we've said that the dominant hair color is black, so it means this person has got black hair. So this is the phenotype. This is the phenotype. So the phenotype for this person is black hair. That's the physical characteristic in these terms, in this time, in terms of hair color. So this is homozygous dominant. And then what about this one? This one is capital letter B, small letter b. So this is a mixture. So you've got capital letter B, and we've said that the capital letter represents the dominant allele. And you also have got small letter b, and we have said that the small letter represents the recessive allele, the one that is not shown in the characteristics. So basically, we say that the genotype here, it is heterozygous. We say it is heterozygous. So when you say that it is heterozygous, it just means that we have got a mixture of dominant and recessive allele, because this capital letter B tells you that this is dominant. Maybe this is from your mother, and then small letter b tells you that this is recessive. Maybe this is from your father. So basically, when you've got a mixture of dominant and recessive in your gene, then we say that it is what? Heterozygous, because you've got two different alleles, two different types of alleles. So this is your what? This is your genotype. Your genotype here is heterozygous. What about your phenotype, the physical characteristic? How would you look like? Since we've said that the dominant, it is the one that masks. Remember, we've said that it masks the recessive allele. It is the one that suppresses the recessive allele. Basically, the dominant allele, it shows itself in the physical appearance, but it actually suppresses, or it stops, or it blocks the recessive allele from showing. In this case, we can say that the dark skin of the father blocks the light skin from the mother from showing in that case. So in this case, the heterozygous is the genotype. What about the phenotype? In this case, the dominant one will be the one that dominates. So the dominant capital letter B represents black hair color. So it means that this person will be heterozygous for black hair. So that's our phenotype. That's our phenotype. That's how the person will look like. Okay, although we've got a mixture of dominant and recessive, the dominant one will be the one that shows up in the physical characteristic or the phenotype. And then here you have got small letter b, small letter b. So small letter b, how can you describe that? You can see that we've got the same type of allele. This small letter represents that this is a recessive allele. And then this small letter also represents that this is also a recessive allele. So this is not a mixture. So this is still a homozygous. This is still a homozygous. But in this case, you can see that the homozygous, we say that this is homozygous recessive because you have got two recessive alleles. Both of the alleles are recessive because we see this with a small letter. Okay, so homozygous recessive. This is the genotype for the person. BB, small letter b, small letter b. What about the physical characteristic? The physical characteristic here will be opposite of the dominant, because remember that the dominant, it is the one that masks, right? But now if we've got this gene type, which is number 3, which is this genotype here, number 3, it is recessive recessive. So it means it is actually opposite to the dominant hair color. In this case, the dominant hair color is black. So small letter B will be white hair. This will be white hair color. That will be the phenotype for a person that has got this gene B, small letter B, small letter B. So in a sense here, we have said that the dominant allele determines the type of letter that you are going to use. Since we have said that the dominant is black hair color, the recessive must be small letter B for white hair color. Okay, so black and white is the perfect example of opposite colors. So if we say that the dominant one is black hair color with the capital letter B, then the white hair color has to take a small letter B. You cannot say this is black and then the white will be small letter W. No, it will be wrong. That's why we have said here that the dominant allele determines the letter that we use to represent the characteristic. So in this case, if we say that the dominant color is black, which is capital letter B, then the recessive one will be small letter b. So for the recessive to show in the physical characteristic, it can only happen if your genotype is homozygous recessive. Because if you've got something like this, B, B, in this case, both of them are recessive. This is homozygous recessive. There is no way that the dominant one will mask the recessive, because in essence here, we only have got a recessive allele in your pair of genes, in your pair of alleles in this case. So you only have got what? You only have got two recessive ones. So their recessive characteristic will show up in the phenotype only if the state or the genotype is homozygous recessive. But if it is heterozygous genotype, or maybe if it is homozygous dominant, then we say that we'll take the dominant hair color, in this case, which is color black. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Tell your friends to stay tuned.